Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. Now in today's video, a very simple yet effective product, this here from Stinger Tools. This is a magnetized firearm and most specifically handgun mounting solution, which for me, I am very excited for this. It's such a simple thing, yet to me, my storage, my firearm storage, my ammo storage, it's something that, first off, it's important for the protection of my firearms. Second, it's important for my access to the firearms. But third, it's just enjoyable. This is part of the hobby. My ability to organize, my ability to get things laid out the way that I need in an effective manner. So finding products like this are extremely useful. And I wanted to share this with you because I think a lot of you may have a very similar issue if you take a look at what I mean. As we take a look at the safe, we have a lot of different things going on. Everybody has sort of their different setup going, but for me, my rifles, my ammo, and my handguns have been doing a pretty good job. I got these little magnetized, these are actually spice racks, but they're magnetized and very, very strong. And I've been able to maintain my handguns in here, but I thought, well, wouldn't it be great to get them mounted onto the door? Now, I do also have magnets for my magazines, but as you take a look here, well, this is one of those Stinger mounts, and as I grab my handgun, the nice thing is, well, these are fully magnetized, very strong, and you'll see, not only do they hold the handgun effectively, but in essence, they have trigger coverage as well, which is pretty darn nice. So the optic, you could have a firearms weapon light, and you could even have your trigger coverage. You could have your magazine ready to go, and this is accessible, quick and easy, on the outside of the door. And I thought this would be a much better place for storage than in these cubbies. So slowly but surely working my way to convert to this, and I thought I'd bring you along for part of this process. And so if you like this option, Stinger does have a couple of different versions, but if you take a look at the back here, you'll notice this does have adhesive. I think personally, I probably could have gotten away with just this particular unit, adding a magnet to the back of this, and then adhering it with the magnet to my safe. But this particular setup comes with a backing plate, and the backing plate has a huge amount of adhesive. So this is what I'm doing to get this ready. Now, you also get some mounting hardware, which would allow you to screw this to a desk or to whatever you want. Now, I don't want to use the screws for a few different reasons. I really want to just adhere this to the inside of my safe. So what I've opted to do is basically take this plate. I'm going to strip the adhesive off of the back of this, which just peeling that right there, lining up the holes, which that is very easy. And once that's adhered, you actually take these zip ties and you use these zip ties to hold this firmly into place. But I'm going to give you a secret, because if you get into this, what I'm doing is I'm putting the zip ties on the outside of this, through the top hole, around the bottom, back up. And as I go to get this in place, not going to tighten these all the way down just yet. Through the top hole, around the bottom. And now, if you're not careful, the zip tie will actually stick up over the height of the mount. And if that happens, you run the risk of your firearm scraping against it. But what I found is, if you're really careful and you seat this, take that square on the end of the zip tie and push it down into the hole. And now while you're doing that, you tighten it. And what that's doing is it's actually seating the square of the zip tie down into the hole. You're then tightening this up, and that leaves it very flush, and there is nothing protruding once you cut these. But then the question is, well, how do you cut these the right way? I'm going to show you my trick. Before I do that, just getting on these with my pliers, pulling it nice and tight so these click as many clicks as possible. And it also stretches that plastic just a little bit, just enough. Which now I take my knife and right up tight against the plastic of the square. Very careful. I'm just going to perforate this just a little bit. So taking my knife, making some little perforations, just poking at it, weakening the plastic on the tag end of this. And now I can get on it with my pliers, and that pulls it right off. And you can see that's super clean, nothing sticking up, and there's no possible way that my firearm's gonna rub against that, and there's no sharp edges. So that was what I found for me, really got me this super nice, tidy, clean, efficient, and just hopefully well-performing setup that's going to hold my firearms perfectly inside my safe without any question. Doing the second one, boom, there you go. So now my Stinger is ready to mount, which now very straightforward. Now, I could either put this upright, but I've opted to cant it 90 degrees and mount that in a location that allows the pistol to sit here vertically. To me, that's a better setup, and I'm not worried that it's going to fall out. I don't believe there's that much difference in holding it this way and having it fall out like this, or mounting it this way and having it fall out like this. And in fact, if anything, the grip and the weight of the magazine is kind of helping to hold all that in place, and these magnets are good and strong. So working right now with my SIG P322. That's going to sit in there just fine. You'll see actually kind of wants to sit down like this. And so for me, I basically just need to make sure that I can get these out effectively and not bang into each other. And I feel like even if this is here, my ability to get that out and get it back in won't be any problem. Keeps them as tight as possible so I can maximize the space inside my safe, yet get on everything at the same time. So really for me, just removing that adhesive, making sure this is nice and clean, use some alcohol, clean this all up, get any of the oils off, anything you might have been touching, oils from fabrication, manufacturing, and that should stick on there just fine. And so now you can see super clean, super tidy, the ability to close the safe easily, no problem. Those are good and secure, accessible right on the outside of the door, cleaning up space inside the rest of my setup, and absolutely accessible the way I need them. So overall, these Stinger mounts are great. And just to point out that you can fit from your compact handguns through your larger full frame models, no problem there. So definitely working for most needs, if not all. I don't have a revolver here to try, but I'd be surprised if it didn't work well for that as well. And so, all right, guys, there you have it, a look at the Stinger weapons mounts. Now, all in all, very, very good. For me, this is about the perfect solution for my handguns. I love the fact that I can just easily mount them, good and controlled, right up on the door. Very effective. Has the trigger coverage, which is awesome. Simple, magnetic, and you can see I even have the ability to stash my magazines with some additional magnetic mounts. So all in all, this system is going to be literally about perfect for me, and I love it. I like the fact that everything is simple, it's out of the way, it's clean, it's organized, easy to get to my firearms, it's not banging into anything, It's absolutely fantastic. So all in all, I can say I definitely recommend these. I think everybody would have a different application. This is just one way to do it. It's what works for me. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you like this content, do me a favor. Take a look at my Outer Limitless channel, which is more on my primary gear. On that channel, I cover everything from hiking, camping, and backpacking excursions, all the gear that goes with it. So from sleep systems, shelter systems, knives, axes, backpacks, flashlights, you name it. That's my Outer Limitless YouTube channel. So all right, guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.